The biggest story of this game is what we learned earlier last week. Now, Carson Beck will be out for the remainder of the playoffs. So it's Gunner Stockton, their backup, getting his very first college start in the college football playoffs against one of the best defenses in the country. Good luck, Gunner.
Like, there are Georgia fans all up in my mentions telling me that this team is better with Gunner.
Do not give me that.
They're all
not.
Everyone's trying to tell me, no. He was a highly recruited and, he's more versatile. And it's going to mean, Carson Beck was only in because they were paying respect to the guy that's giving them but no, there's going to be a better team. That's what Georgia team fans are telling me all over the place.
Save it.
And I look at that and I think, you know what? You are presuming that somebody that we've never seen is going to come in and just absolutely destroy a defense that we've seen play really well. You're presuming, and maybe I'm guilty of presuming it won't happen, but more often than not, erring on the side of first-time starter isn't going to kick the snot out of national championship contender seems like a pretty fair bet to me. I guess I would just ask everybody, would you bet your house on it? Georgia fans that are in my mentions telling me that he's going to be so much better and that this offense is going to be better. Would you genuinely bet your house on it? Would you bet your house that suddenly by changing quarterbacks, your wide receivers are going to stop dropping the football? Would you bet your house on the fact that now you're going to get more efficient play from the quarter? Would you bet your house on somebody you'd never seen walk up to the line of scrimmage, start a game against a national championship contender when the playoffs are on the line? And I think if we injected truth serum in that fan's veins, all of those fans' veins, we'd get the answer to that. No, you wouldn't bet your house on it. I get hope. Of course you want to hope. Your favorite team's in the college football playoffs, and you've got your backup quarterback. You want hope. I get it. I just don't have that hope for Georgia. I think Notre Dame's going to roll here. Notre Dame's defense is so good. It is so good. We talked about speed. We talked about their ability to influence tight window throws. Like, you have to be perfect against this Notre Dame defense, and I don't believe Georgia can be that. Georgia's defense is going to make it ugly for Riley Leonard. I will give you that all day long. But man, now we're going back to which quarterback can I trust? Which quarterback coach tandem can I trust? I'll give the advantage on the coaching side, obviously, to Georgia. But the advantage on the quarterback side is squarely at Notre Dame.
You call it hope. I call it maybe a little bit of cope. Because two things can be true.
Well said.
That Carson Beck played really poorly at times this season. That Carson Beck turned the football over way too many times. That is true. I acknowledge that. We are on record saying that Carson Beck needs to do more. We have criticized Carson Beck just as much as the next person on this show. It's also true that even with the flaws that we've seen of Carson Beck this past season, he's still a guy that you would rather have over a guy that's attempted 51 passes in his 2-year career. A guy that hasn't seen a lot of football. That the most that we've seen of Gunner Stockton is a half against Texas, where he looked really good at times, and he looked really bad at times, throwing an atrocious interception in the final couple of minutes of regulation. You can't do those kinds of things against teams like Notre Dame, and to be fair, like they did against Texas, and expect to win. Now, Gunner Stockton got bailed out by Georgia's defense and held Texas to a field goal rather than a touchdown and took it to overtime. And they got bailed out by the run game and the defense consistently against Texas, where Gunner Stockton maybe could have made some of those mistakes late in the game, and they didn't necessarily matter because Georgia still found a way to win. I don't know how consistently you can do that against defenses that you're going to see in the college football playoff and expect to win. I will take the quarterback that has seen and played more football over the devil that you don't know, and that is Gunner Stockton. And look, I understand Gunner Stockton was very highly recruited. I understand Gunner Stockton has got some wheels to him, that he adds a different element to this offense that maybe we didn't see from Carson Beck. I saw the energy that Georgia played with when Gunner Stockton came in because they believed in him, and that was their guy. That's not to say that they don't believe in Carson Beck and that Carson Beck isn't their guy, but it did feel in the SEC championship game that this Georgia offense played with a little bit more swagger and electricity when Gunner Stockton came in. Those things are valuable, and those things are telling, and those things are important. But when your back is against the wall, and this Notre Dame defense is flying around, when Gunner Stockton just doesn't have the same experience level as Carson Beck. We could see that come to fruition against Notre Dame, and that could be the difference in this game. So don't give me the Gunner Stockton is better than Carson Beck. We're better off without Carson Beck. Save it.